looked in the mirror and wondered why we age? One day you're running around like a kid without a care in the world, and the next you're noticing a few gray hairs or wrinkles that weren't there before. What's going on here? Why do we go from youthful and energetic to, well, older and more tired? In today's episode, we're diving into the science behind aging. What actually causes our bodies to change over time? Why can some people age gracefully, while others seem to have a rougher ride? And most importantly, why haven't we figured out how to stop the clock yet? Spoiler alert, it's not as simple as eating more kale. Stick around and we'll explore why we age, why some people seem to age slower than others, looking at you 90-year-olds running marathons, and what scientists are doing to fight the clock. All right, let's break it down. Aging is basically your body's gradual breakdown over time. Not the most comforting thought, right? But it's all about wear and tear, like a car that's been driven for too many miles. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow, creeping process, one wrinkle at a time. The big players in this game are cells, those tiny building blocks that make up everything in your body. Every time a cell divides, it makes a copy of itself. But here's the catch. It doesn't copy perfectly forever. The telomeres, little caps at the ends of your chromosomes that protect your DNA, get shorter every time your cells divide. Think of them like the plastic ends on your shoelaces. Once they wear down, the laces fray and the cells can't divide anymore. When cells stop dividing, they either die or become zombie cells that just hang around causing trouble. These are part of why we age. But it's not just the telomeres. There's also oxidative stress, free radicals doing their best to mess things up, and inflammation. Basically, as time goes on, your body gets worse at cleaning up the messes that life throws at it. So why does it seem like some people hit their 40s and age 10 years overnight, while others are still jogging on the beach in their 80s? Turns out there's no one-size-fits-all answer. First, there's genetics. You can thank or blame your parents for a lot of how you age. If they've got good skin, strong hearts, and lived into their 90s, you've probably got a head start. But that's just part of the equation. Then there's lifestyle, diet, exercise, stress, the whole package. Eating a bunch of junk food, never working out, and stressing about every little thing is basically sending your body a memo that says, hey, I don't care what you look like in 30 years. And don't forget about environmental factors. Things like UV rays from the sun, pollution, and exposure to toxins can really speed up the process. So maybe wear that sunscreen, folks. There are a few big theories on why our bodies start falling apart as we age. Let's hit some highlights. Free radical theory. This theory suggests that aging is like rust on a car. Free radicals are unstable molecules produced by things like pollution, radiation, and even your body just doing its thing. They bounce around inside your cells, causing damage. It's like your body slowly gets more and more rusted as time goes on. Mitochondrial theory. Your mitochondria are the little power plants inside your cells that generate energy. But as you age, they start to malfunction. They produce more free radicals, great, and become less efficient at their job. This is basically like trying to power a city with a bunch of old, run-down factories. Eventually, things stop working. But here's where it really ties into aging and dying. Remember those zombie cells I mentioned earlier? That's cellular senescence. As more and more of your cells stop dividing and become useless, your body's ability to repair itself takes a nosedive. This isn't just about wrinkles. On the inside, organs start to fail, your immune system weakens, and you become more susceptible to diseases. Basically, you die because your body stops keeping itself together. It's like your cells collectively decide to call it quits, and there's no replacement crew. Given all our fancy science, you'd think we'd have this whole aging thing figured out, right? Well, not exactly. One reason we age is because of something called the disposable soma theory. It sounds fancy, but it's really just evolution's way of saying, look, once you've had kids, you've done your job. Anything after that is a bonus. Your body's designed to reproduce and survive long enough to take care of your offspring. After that, nature doesn't care much what happens to you. Plus, there's the energy trade-off. Your body can either focus on repairing itself or on staying alive in the moment. Over time, it puts less effort into the long-term repair work, and that's when things start to fall apart. Essentially, your body makes the executive decision to stop investing in long-term maintenance. And even if we could stop aging, there's a catch. You'd have to stop a bunch of processes that are essential for life, like cell turnover and regeneration. So, while we haven't cracked the code just yet, scientists are getting closer to finding ways to slow things down. But for now, no matter how many vitamins you pop or how much kale you eat, the clock is still ticking. Okay, so we can't stop aging, but we can try to pump the brakes a little. Here's how. Diet. You know the drill. Eat your veggies. Foods rich in antioxidants, think berries, nuts, and leafy greens, help neutralize those pesky free radicals. There's also some evidence that caloric restriction, eating fewer calories, can slow aging by reducing stress on your cells. Exercise. Regular physical activity keeps everything running more smoothly. It improves circulation, boosts brain function, and even helps with mood, so you can feel younger while avoiding the whole grumpy old person thing. Sleep. If you're not getting enough sleep, you're fast-tracking the aging process. Sleep is when your body does all its repair work, so skimping on it is like skipping all the scheduled maintenance on your car. Avoiding environmental damage. Protect your skin from UV rays, don't smoke, and try to limit your exposure to pollution and toxins. Basically, treat your body like the precious, high-maintenance machine it is. Speaking of slowing things down, let's talk about the Turritopsis dohrnii, also known as the immortal jellyfish. This jellyfish has figured out a way to essentially reverse its aging process. When faced with injury or stress, it reverts to an earlier stage of life, like hitting the biological reset button. This jellyfish isn't stuck with the whole telomere shortening problem like the rest of us. It can, in theory, live forever by cycling back through its life stages over and over. Pretty cool, right? Too bad we humans can't just hit undo every time we feel a little stressed out. While we haven't quite figured out how to do this ourselves, studying creatures like this jellyfish is helping scientists understand how we might slow down aging, or at least make it a little more graceful. So, why do we get old? It's all about cells breaking down, telomeres shortening, and free radicals running amok. Aging is inevitable, but that doesn't mean we can't slow it down. By taking care of our bodies, staying active, and avoiding environmental stress, we can at least enjoy the ride for as long as possible. While science hasn't unlocked the secret to immortality yet, researchers are learning more every day about how to keep us healthier for longer. But for now, aging is part of the deal. So embrace those gray hairs, laugh lines, and all the wisdom that comes with them. After all, getting older is just another part of being human. Thanks for tuning in, and stay curious.